Economic renewal at industrial sites. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is John McBlain. He is a Delaware County Councilman. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Jill.
Let's talk a little bit about 2011 and what happened when Sunoco and ConocoPhillips announced that they were closing refineries. What did this news mean for you and these communities? It meant job loss, but it also meant some impact in surrounding communities, because not only were people losing jobs, but businesses were losing people coming in as customers.
That's right, Jill. It was a gut punch to us. People in those communities described the oil industry there as a way of life. And for the last 100 years, thousands upon thousands of families have been employed at those refineries. So for them to lose their jobs, we were talking about hundreds of people that were steel workers that worked permanently at the refineries, but thousands upon thousands of skilled laborers that went there every day to work, and retail shops in those towns where people would be laid off and out of work. So we couldn't let these towns go the way that many towns in Pennsylvania did when the steel industry left.
You worked to put a plan in place. You worked with labor leaders, industry leaders, the federal government, the state government, other local leaders. You put together a reuse study. Talk to us about that study and what came out of it.
Well, when it became clear to us that these refineries, both of them, would not be simply resold to other companies that would refine oil, we had to identify other uses for these properties. We have almost 1,000 acres of industrial energy sites that could not be easily converted into something else. So we thought the shale gas industry was something that could be the potential for energy for the next 100 years in Delaware County. So that's what we focused on, and the expert report confirmed for us that that was the reuse that was most adaptable for these facilities.
And let's get into some of the specifics, because there were actually 3 different results. And one of the results is actually a very interesting one, because there's actually production of jet fuel at one of the sites. Talk to us about that.
That's right. Delta Airlines set up a company called Monroe Energy, and they bought the Trainer refinery. And Delta Airlines, which is the second largest user of fuel in the world, only behind the U.S. military, bought their own refinery. They're the only airline in the world that owns their own refinery. And they project that they can save $300 million a year in fuel costs by processing their own jet fuel. So when they're fully up and running, they'll be making 52,000 barrels of jet fuel a day in the Trainer refinery for their fleet.
In addition to that, talk to us about what happened with rail lines in the area.
That's right. One of the reasons that the oil refineries were going to go out of business is because it's so expensive, the crude oil they have to import from Africa and Europe. But we have oil right here in the United States in what they call the Bakken region in the Dakotas. And we're going to rail those tankers in to Eddystone, in an old Pico site, and from there the oil can be distributed to the Trainer facility and also the Sunoco facility in Philadelphia, and it's much cheaper than the overseas oil.
And we just have a short time left, but you also mentioned Marcellus Shale, natural gas. You're actually going to have a reversal of the pipelines at Marcus Hook.
That's right. The old Sunoco site, the pipeline that runs across Pennsylvania, will now bring natural gas from the shale region to Marcus Hook, and it'll be a hub for energy. They're going to spend $600 million in order to upgrade the facilities there, and it'll create 450 permanent jobs and thousands of construction jobs, and that will be really our energy industry for the next 100 years in Delaware County.
Come back, give us an update. Let us know how all of these plans are moving forward.
We'd love to. Thank you.
We've been talking with John McBlain. He's a Delaware County Councilman. I'm Jill Horner.